Hello, my name is Mackenzie Smith, and I am going to be reactivating the culture Cerida maricense. The first thing that I must do is have my area cleansed, which I have done, and I have put my gloves and my goggles and my lab coat on. So now I can open my sterile pipette. Take it out of the bag, and with my non-dominant hand I shall unscrew the tip. I'm going to flame this really good around the edges, and then I'm going to take 1 milliliter out of this. And I am going to flame the tip again. And then I'm going to put back on the cap and replace it back on the rack. Then I'm going to take my culture, take the rubber cap off, put the broth inside, and then I'm going to place the rubber cap back on, and I'm going to let this sit for 30 seconds until it is all dissolved. Okay, after the 30 seconds is done, I am going to take the rubber cap off, take all of the solution inside, replace the rubber cap. Now I'm going to place it into the tryptic soy broth, but first I'm going to flame it. Place it inside, flame it again, and then I'm going to replace its cap and put it on its shelf. Now I'm going to wait for a day to 2 days as it all sits out, and you must also have 70% of this isopropyl alcohol. Place all of your pipettes and all the stuff that you used. Like today I've used this, and so I'm going to be putting this in the alcohol for about 30 minutes and then wash it off in the sink and dump all of this in the sink as well before I can dispose of this pipette. Also, one thing that is really important is I want to add is that with the tryptic soy broth, I have had it in the fridge, but I left it out for 15 minutes before use, so it's ready to go. Alrighty, thank you. Now I will disinfect again with the bleach solution, and thank you for watching. The first thing that I have done is cleansed my area, and it is now all clean and ready to go. So the first thing I need to do is tap the culture and mix up all of the contents. Then I'm going to get a sterile inoculating loop from the package, which I have already kind of stuck one up. I'm going to take that out, close the bag, and now I'm going to open the reactivated culture. Flame the tube, the mouth of the tube first. Then stick the inoculating loop in. Spin around a little bit. Then I'm going to flame the mouth again. And put the lid back on. And now I'm going to place that back on the rack. Then I'm going to take the new and fresh nutrient broth, open the cap, and I'm going to flame the mouth. And stick the loop in, the inoculating loop in. Then I'm going to mix that around a little bit. Then I'm going to flame the mouth again. And I'm going to put the cap back on slightly loose. Put it on the rack. Then I'm going to label. But first I'm going to dispose of the loop by putting it into my disposal jar. Now I'm going to label the content in that. The first thing I'm going to be doing is kind of mixing up the culture, mixing its content, and then I will be getting a fresh inoculating loop from its package, like so. And then I am going to be taking the lid off of the reactivated culture. And I'm going to flame the mouth. Put the loop in. Flame the mouth again. Putting the lid back on. Then I'm going to take the slant, the triptych soy agar, take the lid off. I'm going to flame the mouth. And then very gently I'm going to be putting the loop at the bottom, very gently starting at the bottom, and then working my way back and forth with the loop. I'm gonna flame the mouth again. I'm going to put the cap back on, but again I'm also going to leave it slightly loose. And I'm going to take the inoculating loop into my disposable jar, blow out the candle, and I'm going to let that sit for a few days and label it. Thanks. The first thing I'm going to be doing is mixing up the culture. Then I will be taking a sterile inoculation loop from its bag. Now first I will take the lid off of the culture. I'm going to flame the mouth. Going to dip the loop in. Flame the mouth before I put the cap on. Then I'm going to be opening the culture, but like a clam, not all the way open, to protect it. And I'm going to go back and forth all around the plate, back and forth really gently. Then I'm going to be closing it closed right away, flip it over. Then I'm going to be labeling right before inoculation, or incubation, excuse me. Then I'm going to take this loop, the inoculation loop, and I'm going to be putting it into my disposal cup. Take out the light, and now I'm ready for it to incubate.